Child of God, understand this clearly. You did not encounter this message by coincidence. There are no accidents in the spirit. What feels random in the natural realm is often intentional in the divine realm. God orchestrates moments, timings, and encounters with precision. If these words found you, it is because heaven permitted it. There is purpose attached to your presence here. You have been praying. You have been waiting. You have questioned the silence. You have wondered when the breakthrough would manifest, when the doors would open, when the shift would finally occur. In seasons where nothing seemed to move, you remained faithful. When answers delayed, you continued to trust. When clarity was absent, you chose obedience over understanding. What you could not see was that while you were waiting on God, God was arranging people, positioning circumstances, and preparing a divine connection that would carry you into your next level. Heaven has already released your next move. It is not pending, it is not uncertain, it has already been approved in the spiritual realm, but it is not arriving the way you expected. It is not coming through the channels you were watching. It is not tied to the names you assumed. Instead, it is coming through a connection you never saw coming, someone who was not even on your radar. While you were looking in one direction, God was preparing provision in another. There is a person, the divine helper, who carries a key to the next level of your life. This key is not random opportunity, it is alignment. It is access. It is elevation. This individual may not appear extraordinary at first glance. They may come in quietly, unexpectedly, even subtly, but spiritually, they are assigned. They are carrying insight, opportunity, favor, confirmation, or access that unlocks what you have been praying for. Your obedience in the dark qualified you for this. Every time you chose integrity over compromise, faith over fear, patience over panic, you were aligning yourself. You were proving that you could be trusted with more. You walked faithfully when there was no applause. You remained steady when there was no validation. That faithfulness has not gone unnoticed. It has been recorded in heaven. Now, the elevation is not coming through striving. It will not come through exhausting effort. It will come through divine alignment. You will not have to force this connection. You will not have to chase it. It will feel natural yet divinely timed. It may seem sudden in the physical realm, but spiritually it was written long ago. What appears to be a chance meeting is actually a scheduled appointment in the spirit. This connection is not for attention. It is not for status. It is not to inflate ego. It is for purpose. It is to move you closer to destiny. It is to position you in environments you could not enter alone. It is to activate gifts that have been dormant. It is to expand influence, deepen calling, and accelerate divine timing. Understand this deeply. This is confirmation. This is not just motivational language. It is a spiritual signal to prepare your heart and sharpen your discernment. When this connection appears, you must recognize it. Not every loud opportunity is divine. Not every impressive person is a sign. But when this one arrives, your spirit will resonate. There will be peace. There will be clarity. There will be an inner witness that says, this is it. The number 77, as mentioned, symbolizes spiritual alignment, divine perfection, and completion of a cycle. It represents being in position, spiritually ready to receive what has already been ordained. It is a reminder that heaven responds to readiness. When you align your heart, your obedience, and your faith, you signal that you are prepared for the shift. This word is not a one-time encouragement. It is a living frequency, a spiritual blueprint. Each time you return to it, you may hear something new, a new layer of understanding, a new confirmation, a new whisper of what God is orchestrating. That is because divine revelation unfolds in stages. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect. The breakthrough will not look like what you imagined. It will look like a person, a conversation, a collaboration, an introduction, a divine appointment disguised as coincidence. Remain discerning, remain humble, remain aligned, because what is coming is not random, it is ordained. Let's dive in. Section number 1. God hid your help in unexpected places. Remain discerning, remain humble, remain aligned, because what is coming is not random, it is ordained. And in this first revelation, you must understand something crucial. The help God is sending into your life will not come from the direction you have been watching. Child of God, release your expectations of how elevation is supposed to arrive. The breakthrough you have prayed for is not tied to the people you have been trying to impress. It is not connected to the platforms you have been monitoring. It will not necessarily emerge from familiar faces, predictable systems, or the environments you feel comfortable navigating. The connection assigned to uplift you has been intentionally hidden, divinely positioned beyond the reach of your natural assumptions, yet perfectly visible to your spiritual discernment. This is the pattern of God. He wraps glory in what appears ordinary. He conceals destiny within vessels that do not meet the world's definition of impressive. He hides divine assistance inside people who do not advertise themselves. Why? Because this next elevation in your life is not about image. It is about assignment. It is not about popularity. It is about purpose. It is not about public applause. It is about prophetic alignment. Consider David. When the prophet Samuel arrived to anoint the future king, David was not even invited into the lineup. His brothers stood tall, polished, and presentable before the prophet. They looked the part. They carried outward qualifications. But David was in the field, tending sheep, covered in the scent of labor, unseen by the crowd. He had no crown, no royal garments, no recognition. What he carried was worship in his heart and obedience in private. And that is what heaven responded to. In the same way, the person God is using to unlock your next season may not fit public expectation. They may not carry visible status. They may not have influence measured by followers, titles, or applause. They may not be loud, charismatic, or outwardly celebrated, but they carry something far more powerful. They carry an anointing tied to your season. Heaven has marked them, not for attention, but for assignment. Do not overlook your blessing because it is clothed in simplicity. Do not dismiss your helper because they fail to match your mental image of success. Many miss divine connections because they are searching for grandeur instead of grace. Remember the spiritual patterns throughout history. When God desired to preserve a nation, he allowed Joseph to walk through betrayal in prison before positioning him in the palace. The pathway to salvation was hidden inside suffering. When God chose to redeem humanity, he did not send a king through a golden throne. He sent Jesus through a manger, humility wrapped around divinity. If heaven moves this way on a global scale, how much more will it move strategically in your personal story? When God uplifts you, he will do it in a manner that makes it unmistakably his work. The outcome will be so precise, so divinely timed, that no human can claim credit. The glory will belong to him alone. That is why spiritual sensitivity is critical in this season. Stop searching for spotlights. Begin listening for whispers. Shift your attention from what is loud to what is aligned. Pay attention to the quiet individuals with sincere hearts. Notice those who show up without hidden motives. Observe the voices that speak life into your calling rather than compete with it. Even when others cannot see it, your spirit will recognize it. There will be an inner knowing, a peaceful confirmation that this connection carries something divine. Chosen one, understand this deeply. God has already assigned someone to you. There is a person who will speak your name in rooms you have never entered. There is someone who will invest in you without being prompted. There is someone who will open a door you did not even know existed. Opportunities will emerge that were never on your radar. Access will be granted where you had no connections, but you must be humble enough to receive it. Pride can cause you to overlook the very person carrying your key. Ego can convince you to wait for someone more impressive, more influential, more externally validated. Pride says, aim higher. Discernment says, this is the one. Pride measures by status. Discernment measures by spirit. When this divine connection arrives, you will not feel the need to perform. You will not feel the pressure to prove yourself. It will not feel like striving or begging or forcing access. It will feel like peace. It will feel like confirmation. It will feel like alignment clicking into place. It will feel like God. This is not about fame. It is about function. The person being sent is not coming to impress you with their resume. They are coming to elevate you through their assignment. They are not appearing because you manipulated circumstances. They are appearing because heaven authorized the encounter. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect. So stay watchful, stay sensitive, stay aligned, because the help you prayed for is already hidden in plain sight, waiting for the moment God reveals it. Section number 2, you've been positioned through obedience. The help you prayed for is already hidden in plain sight, and now you must understand why it is being released to you. Chosen one, your elevation is not the result of chasing opportunity, it is the fruit of obedience. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect. Not because you mastered strategy, but because you mastered surrender. Hear this clearly. In a world that rewards performance, God rewards posture. The world measures visibility, productivity, networking, and applause. Heaven measures humility, faithfulness, and alignment. While others were tirelessly pursuing platforms, you were pursuing His presence. While others adjusted their values to gain attention, you adjusted your heart to remain consecrated. While others compromised to be seen, you chose to be set apart. And heaven noticed. The divine connection that is about to locate you is not responding to your resume. It is not reacting to your social reach. It is not appearing because you navigated the right circles or understood the algorithm. It is not even solely because you worked harder than everyone else. It is arriving because your heart remained obedient when disobedience would have been easier. Even when your reality did not resemble the promise spoken over your life, you continued to say yes to God. When walking away would have felt justified, you stayed. When fear was logical, you chose faith. When betrayal surrounded you, you continued to sow love. When misunderstanding came, you maintained integrity. When doors closed, you did not curse God. You trusted Him. Those hidden acts of obedience were not wasted. Every unseen sacrifice has been recorded. Every private battle you fought in prayer. Every tear shed in silence. Every moment you showed up with excellence when no one applauded. Every decision to do what was right instead of what was convenient, it has all been positioning you. What you thought was delay was divine arrangement. Now, because of your obedience, God is placing you on the mind and in the spirit of someone who carries a key to your next level. They were not studying your highlight reel. They were not analyzing your branding. They were prompted by the Holy Spirit. This is not networking. It is divine orchestration. This is not natural placement. It is supernatural positioning. Consider the events you once labeled as losses. The job you lost was not rejection. It was protection. God knew where that path would lead and redirected you. The friend who stopped calling was not abandonment. It was preparation. Their absence created space for the right connection. The delay you resented was not punishment. It was development. God was strengthening your character to sustain what is coming. Every apparent setback was a strategic setup. God was clearing distractions. He was rearranging relationships. He was aligning timing. He was refining your motives, not merely so you could receive help, but so you would receive help from the right source, not prematurely, not incorrectly, not through someone who would derail your calling. The connection approaching you will not simply complement your ego, it will activate your assignment. It is not about increasing your image, it is about igniting your purpose. It is not about building a brand, it is about birthing destiny. And the reason you are being entrusted with this divine connection is because your heart posture has been tested and proven. You demonstrated that you are not chasing blessings, you are chasing the blesser. You sought God more than you sought opportunity. And when your priority remained Him, He made your elevation His responsibility. So when the door opens, and it will, walk through it boldly, but remain humble. Do not forget the nights you said yes in the dark. Do not allow promotion to corrupt the posture that positioned you. The same obedience that brought you here must sustain you there. Stay yielded, stay surrendered, stay sensitive. Because obedience produces alignment, and alignment invites movement. When you are aligned with heaven, heaven moves on your behalf. Doors open without manipulation. Favor flows without striving. Help appears without begging. This uplift is not a reward you earn through human effort. It is a release granted through spiritual endurance. You are not being elevated because you perform perfectly. You are being elevated because you endured faithfully. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect. Not because you chased it, but because your obedience prepared you to receive it. Section number 3, the connection will be spirit-led, not strategy-based. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect, not because you calculated it, but because God ordained it. After positioning you through obedience, heaven now moves you through alignment. Understand this clearly. The next door opening before you will not require self-promotion, manipulation, or reshaping your identity to fit someone else's expectations. Child of God, this next elevation is not about strategic networking. It is about spiritual recognition. You will not have to market yourself aggressively. You will not need to force conversations, chase platforms, or impress anyone with credentials and accomplishments. The opportunity attached to your destiny will not respond to hustle. It will respond to divine assignment. Why? Because the person God is sending into your life has already been spiritually aligned with you. Before they ever examine your resume, their spirit will discern your oil. Before they analyze your achievements, they will sense your anointing. They will not interpret you according to labels placed on you by the world. They will perceive you according to the name heaven has spoken over you. This is a sacred recognition. Just as when Mary greeted Elizabeth and the child within Elizabeth's womb leaped with joy, there will be a spiritual resonance in this connection. Something will stir within both of you. It may be difficult to explain logically, but it will be undeniable spiritually. There will be a holy confirmation, an inner witness declaring, "This is God." And here is the distinguishing mark of a spirit-led connection. There will be no striving attached to it. You will not feel the need to overexert yourself to gain approval. You will not feel pressure to perform, exaggerate, or diminish who you are. You will not be tempted to shrink in insecurity or inflate in pride. Instead, you will experience peace, not pressure, peace, not force, flow, not anxiety, assurance. It will carry the kind of peace that surpasses human understanding, the kind that quiets overthinking and settles your spirit. You will realize this is not ambition at work. It is alignment in motion. This individual will not be drawn merely to your public presence. They will be drawn to your private posture. They will discern the favor of God resting upon you, not because of how loudly you speak, but because of how consistently and purely you walk. They will recognize integrity, humility, and spiritual maturity. They will not require you to dim your light for their comfort. In fact, they will encourage you to shine more boldly because they are not threatened by your assignment. They are aligned to assist it. They are not competing with your calling. They are commissioned to help carry it. This is how God elevates those He has prepared. He does not create scenarios where you must scheme your way into opportunity. He sends spiritually mature individuals who can see beyond surface appearances. They arrive on assignment, not ego. They come bearing keys, not chains. They bring a word, a resource, an introduction, or insight that unlocks what you have been praying about in secret. And this connection will do more than open doors. It will awaken destiny. Their presence may clarify questions you have wrestled with for years. They may speak one sentence that confirms everything God whispered to you in private prayer. They may direct you toward an opportunity you would never have discovered through natural searching. What you could not strategize your way into, God will guide you into through alignment. The beauty of this divine encounter is that you will not need to chase it. It will be drawn to you because of what has already been cultivated within you. Your obedience, your faithfulness, your spiritual preparation, these have created a magnetism in the spirit. What is assigned to you will locate you. So release anxiety about how you will meet them. Stop attempting to network your way into destiny. Destiny does not respond to desperation. It responds to divine timing. Rest. Remain faithful. Continue doing what God instructed you to do. When the appointed time arrives, the connection will find you. And when it does, you will not need to persuade anyone of your worth. You will not need to convince them of your value. The Spirit of God will reveal it to them. Let this settle deeply within your soul. What is coming is not based on visibility, relentless effort, or calculated strategy. It is rooted in divine timing and spiritual sensitivity. When it unfolds, you will recognize that it was not accomplished by might, nor by power, nor by human influence, but by the Spirit of the Lord. And because it is Spirit-led, it will not be temporary. It will be sustained. It will be purposeful. It will endure. Section number 4. God is using this connection to restore what was lost. Because this connection is Spirit-led, it will endure. And not only will it endure, it will restore. Child of God, understand that you're about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect. And this uplift will not merely advance you forward. It will also redeem what once felt permanently lost. There are fragments of your past you quietly grieved, opportunities that dissolved before they could fully manifest, relationships that ended abruptly without explanation or closure, moments that seemed to slip through your hands no matter how tightly you held on. In the natural realm, it looked like loss. It felt like disappointment. It registered as failure or missed timing. But in the spirit, it was protection. What felt like painful endings were in reality divine interruptions. God was not subtracting from your life. He was safeguarding your destiny. Sometimes removal is as sacred as addition. Sometimes what God takes away carries as much purpose as what He releases. You interpreted certain seasons as missed opportunities, expired promises, or divine silence. But heaven was never late. God was repositioning you for something better, aligned, better timed, and better suited for who you were becoming. Now, through this unexpected connection, restoration is being released. This is not simply about receiving a new opportunity. It is a divine reset. Through a person, a partnership, or an open door you did not anticipate, God is returning what felt stolen, delayed, or destroyed. But understand this clearly. You are not receiving it in its former state. You are receiving it matured. You are not merely getting something back. You are getting it back refined, upgraded, and aligned with your current level of growth. What once came prematurely will now arrive prepared. What once collapsed under pressure will now stand strengthened. What once slipped away will now settle securely. This divine connection is not arriving to soothe old wounds temporarily. It is arriving to fulfill promises permanently. The individual being sent may not fully comprehend the depth of their impact. They may not realize how their presence answers prayers you whispered in private. But you will know. Your spirit will recognize the weight of it. Their encouragement will touch places that once carried doubt. Their access will open spaces you were once denied. Their belief in you will heal rejection others caused. It will strike deeper than they understand because you know what it cost you to endure. You remember the nights of uncertainty. You remember sowing in tears. You remember giving your best and receiving little in return. You remember showing up faithfully while feeling unseen. God kept record of it all. Every tear was stored. Every sacrifice was noted. Every act of obedience during hardship was preserved in heaven's account. And now restoration is being released, not in fragments, but in fullness. Where others dismissed your potential, this connection will call it forth. Where some underestimated you, this person will recognize your value instantly. Not because you finally proved yourself, but because God revealed you to them. Spiritual recognition will replace former rejection. You will be affirmed, you will be honored, you will be uplifted, and it will not come from those who wounded you. It will come from someone God has anointed to rebuild what you believed was beyond repair. This restoration is not about retrieving broken pieces from your past. You are not returning to what was. You are stepping into something whole, something refined by time, strengthened by endurance, and purified by surrender. God does not restore by duplication. He restores by transformation. He is not simply healing the pain. He is converting it into purpose. What once felt like an ending will become evidence of His faithfulness. The chapters you thought disqualified you will now testify on your behalf. This connection will carry 3 divine marks: timing, tenderness, and territory. Timing, because it will arrive precisely when you are ready to steward it. Tenderness, because it will handle your story with care, not exploitation. Territory, because it will expand your influence and give you ground you never occupied before. It will remind you of a powerful truth. Nothing surrendered to God is ever truly lost. When you release something into His hands, it may leave your sight, but it does not leave his plan. So prepare yourself. The door you are about to walk through will sound like answered prayers. It will carry the fragrance of divine timing, not rushed, not delayed, but exact. It will hold the weight of restoration that feels complete. You are not being blessed randomly. You are being restored intentionally. This time, nothing will be missing, nothing will be broken, nothing will be delayed. This is God completing the circle. This is heaven closing the gap between promise and manifestation, and it is unfolding right on schedule. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect, and through it, God is restoring everything that was always meant to be yours. Section number 5. This connection is a response to your faithfulness. This is God completing the circle. Restoration has been set in motion, and now you must understand why this connection is arriving. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect, not merely as an act of favor, but as a response to your faithfulness. Child of God, there are blessings that do not manifest because of loud prayers or public declarations. They manifest because of quiet obedience. While others competed for attention and applause, you pursued alignment. While many reshaped their message to gain validation, you remained anchored in truth. You refused to dilute your calling to fit cultural trends. You would not edit your purpose to gain popularity. You remained loyal to what God whispered to you in secret. Even when that loyalty cost you visibility, even when it cost you relationships, even when it cost you opportunities that seemed easier and faster. You chose integrity over influence. You chose purity over performance. And though it appeared unnoticed on earth, heaven took record. This divine connection approaching your life is not random chance. It is a holy acknowledgement. It is God's response to your hidden faithfulness. While others seemed to ascend quickly and effortlessly, you sometimes felt overlooked. You felt undercredited. You wondered if your consistency mattered, but every quiet sacrifice was being counted. Every time you guarded your heart from bitterness, every time you helped someone without seeking recognition, every time you obeyed when no one applauded, it rose before God as an offering. Your faithfulness became a fragrance in the spirit, and now God is sending someone in response. This connection is not forming because of your social influence. It is forming because of your spiritual integrity. Someone has been stirred by God to bless you. They may not even fully understand why they feel compelled to support you, recommend you, open doors for you, or position you in favor. They may struggle to explain the pull they feel toward your name, but the Spirit understands. Heaven is using their obedience as the instrument to reward your faithfulness. Just as you obeyed quietly, they are being moved quietly. Just as you remained consecrated, they are responding in alignment. You were not merely consistent, you were consecrated. There is a difference. Consistency repeats actions. Consecration surrenders the heart. You chose stillness when others rushed ahead. You trusted God's pace when silence felt overwhelming. When nothing seemed to be happening, you remained planted. Now the seeds you planted in private are about to produce a visible harvest. What you interpreted as delay was actually divine development. God was strengthening your roots so that when elevation came, you would not collapse under it. And the person being sent into your life will represent the manifestation of a promise you almost forgot God spoke. They are not coming to repair you, they are coming to recognize you. They will speak life into areas that discouragement tried to bury. They will call forth gifts you carried silently for years. They will create space for your calling in environments that once excluded you. Through them, you will receive confirmation that God saw every unseen moment of obedience. You are about to be honored in the very area where you were once humbled. And this honor will not come from those you chased. It will not come from people you strained to impress. It will come from someone who never required your performance because God revealed your identity to them. This is more than a professional or social connection. It is divine recognition, the kind that is not dependent on trends, the kind that does not shift with moods or popularity. It is anchored in something eternal. Your obedience, heaven rewards faithfulness. Heaven honors consistency that remains pure. The same steadfastness that turns your delay into preparation is now turning your preparation into destiny. So do not minimize what you endured. Do not shrink back when opportunity presents itself. Do not downplay your journey when recognition arrives. You were faithful when no one was watching, and now God is sending someone who cannot stop seeing you. They have been stirred for such a time as this. Their obedience is meeting your obedience. Their assignment is intersecting with your calling, and your uplift is already in motion. You are about to be elevated through a connection you did not expect, not because you demanded it, but because your quiet faithfulness called it forth. Section number 6, the connection will open more than one door. Your uplift is already in motion. The connection being sent to you is not arriving to accomplish one small task. It is arriving to unlock a season. Child of God, you are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect, and what it releases will not be limited to a single blessing, a single moment, or a single opportunity. Do not minimize what God is doing by assuming it is isolated. What is coming through this divine connection is a chain reaction. It is a spiritual gateway. It is a catalyst designed to shift the entire trajectory of your life. One open door will lead to another. One conversation will produce clarity that changes your direction. One recommendation will introduce you to rooms you did not even know existed. This connection has been touched by heaven. And when something originates from God, it carries multiplication within it. It will not stop at one answered prayer. It will release a flow, a divine rhythm of favor, introductions, upgrades, and strategic positioning that you could never orchestrate through your own effort. You may initially meet this person for one specific reason, but what unfolds afterward will exceed your expectations. They will carry more than answers. They will carry access. They will bring more than support. They will bring strategy. They will offer more than encouragement. They will embody divine alignment. This is not merely a right place, right time moment. This is divine alignment combined with divine acceleration. It is heaven's timing intersecting with your preparation. The connection will place you in environments your resume alone could not secure. Your name will begin to surface in conversations you did not initiate. Favor will begin to unlock areas that remained closed for years. And it will not happen through force or manipulation. It will happen through faithfulness, meeting divine timing. What you struggled to produce in your own strength will now unfold with ease, not because the work disappears, but because God Himself is orchestrating the moment. When heaven arranges the encounter, resistance decreases and grace increases. Yet the impact will not only be external. Beyond access to new spaces, this connection will unlock internal confirmation. They will affirm truths God has been whispering to your spirit for months, perhaps even years. Ideas you carried quietly, visions you hesitated to share, callings you sensed but questioned. They will speak to the leader within you. They will recognize the builder within you. They will acknowledge the voice within you. Their words will ignite your next phase and silence doubts you carried privately. Through them, clarity will replace uncertainty. Alignment will replace confusion. This connection is a divine key, and it will unlock rooms you never knocked on. You will walk into spaces where your reputation has already preceded you. You will find hearts already softened toward your assignment. You will discover that favor was planted before you ever arrived. It may feel effortless, but it is not luck. It is alignment. God has gone before you, arranging conversations, scheduling divine appointments, and preparing the atmosphere. You will begin to understand that every no in your past was truly a not yet. Every closed door redirected you to this appointed yes, the one that carries weight, longevity, and purpose. As these doors open, you will not need to compete for visibility. You will not need to fight for recognition. God will cause you to be sought out. The same season that once overlooked you will now pursue you. And here is the greater dimension. This uplift will not stop with you. The blessing attached to this connection will overflow into your family, your community, and your calling. The doors that open for you will create pathways for others. The platform you step onto will become a launching place for someone else. What God releases through you will ripple outward. This is not just personal breakthrough. It is kingdom expansion. God has tied influence to your obedience. He has connected others' advancement to your elevation. You are not merely being promoted, you are being positioned as a conduit. Through your obedience, others will receive opportunity. Through your alignment, others will find access. You are about to be uplifted through a connection you did not expect, and that connection will open more than one door. It will unlock a flow, initiate acceleration, and establish you in spaces that carry generational impact. This is bigger than a blessing. It is a divine shift in trajectory, and it has already begun.
The last section, number 7. Stay ready. Your name is already being mentioned. This divine shift in trajectory has already begun. The connection that will uplift you is no longer a distant possibility. It is an active movement in the Spirit. Child of God. Even as you read these words, your name is being spoken in rooms your feet have never entered. Conversations are taking place. Decisions are being weighed. Tables are being prepared. Though your physical presence has not yet arrived, your obedience has already gone ahead of you. Your faith has entered spaces before your body ever will. Your consistency has created access in places you did not campaign to reach. In the unseen realm, groundwork is already laid. The people assigned to your next season may not fully understand why they feel drawn toward you. They may not be able to logically explain the interest, the curiosity, or the prompting they sense. But something within their spirit is responding to your assignment. There is an echo in the spiritual realm, your obedience calling to their obedience. You do not need to campaign for favor when heaven is your advocate. You do not need to strive to be noticed when God has already written your name into the blueprint of the blessing. He is placing you on the minds of leaders, decision makers, influencers, and intercessors. Some have quietly observed your work without yet speaking. Others have heard your name mentioned briefly, but could not shake the sense that you carry something different. These are not coincidences. They are divine cues. They are nudges from the Holy Spirit. They are unseen movements preparing for your sudden shift. While you may still wonder how and when everything will align, God has already initiated the process behind the scenes. What feels uncertain to you is already synchronized in heaven. But here is the instruction. Stay ready. Remain spiritually positioned. Do not allow fatigue to alter your posture. Do not let discouragement disconnect you from the path that is quietly leading you toward the door. This is a season to remain sharp in discernment, faithful in prayer, and deeply anchored in God's presence. Every small act of obedience matters. Every moment you show up when quitting feels easier counts. You do not know which ordinary day will become the appointed day. Therefore, treat each moment as sacred. Do not despise the silence. Heaven can be orchestrating loudly even when earth appears quiet. When you feel unseen, trust that visibility will come at the precise moment God declares now. Your preparation signals to the spiritual realm that you are ready to steward what is coming. This is why you cannot settle into discouragement. Delay is not denial. Pressure is not abandonment. The weight you have felt is often the indication that something significant is about to break open. God is not only watching, He is announcing you in ways you cannot yet hear. Every seed planted in private is preparing to produce a public harvest. What seemed like postponement was divine synchronization, aligning the right people, the right places, and the right timing for your unveiling. You are not simply being remembered. You are being requested by destiny. What is coming will not require you to knock repeatedly. It will seek you out. When God opens a door, no opposition can close it. The connection approaching you is not accidental. It is strategic. It is not arriving merely to encourage you. It is arriving to position you. This individual will carry keys to doors you have knocked on in prayer for years. And the remarkable part is this: you will not need to ask for access. God will cause them to extend the invitation. When the conversation begins, you will sense immediately that this was divinely arranged. There will be peace. There will be clarity. There will be confirmation. This is not only an answered prayer, it is the beginning of a divine unfolding. One connection will lead to another. One open door will ripple into multiple areas of your life. Financial shifts, relational realignment, spiritual affirmation, acceleration in purpose. All of it will trace back to a connection that feels natural, yet carries supernatural weight. So, remain ready. Remain pure in heart. Remain committed in prayer. Refuse to be distracted by what appears stagnant. Be expectant about what is happening beneath the surface. The pressure you have felt signals that the oil is nearly ready to pour. The stillness you endured indicates that heaven is preparing the precise moment. Your name is being lifted by voices you have never met. Eyes are about to recognize what God has been cultivating within you all along. Continue aligning your spirit with heaven's frequency. Continue operating in excellence even when it seems unnoticed, because God always sees, and He alone is the one who elevates.